Hey guys, how you going? Hope you're all doing very well. Tonight I'm going to be doing another movie review. This is a drama from France, French language English subs, released in the year 1995, directed by Mathieu Kassovitz, and this film is called La Haine. So basically the story to La Haine, we've got three main characters who are three best friends, very rebellious teenagers, Vince, Saeed and Hubert. Now they're growing up in the projects. Now the projects are a very poor environment in Paris. And they're very frustrated at life. They've got no real prospect in the future, and so they just spend their time doing nothing and basically being rebellious towards the police officers. Now, tension between the youths and the police are at an all-time high when these three main characters' best friend Abdul has been taken into police custody and brutalized. And as a result of this police brutality, he is on life support in hospital and he could very well die. So this infuriates all the youths, and as a result of that, rioting breaks out. Now, during these riots, it's been reported that a police officer has lost a gun while on the projects. So this immediately grabs the attention of our three main characters, and they go looking for this gun. Now, their plan is that they're going to get the gun, and if their friend Abdul dies, then they're going to kill a police officer in return as revenge. So as the movie progresses, they're becoming more and more worried about the health of Abdul and what they're going to do if Abdul dies. And as a result of thinking too much, they start to unravel mentally, and it really does threaten not only their friendship, but their future as well. So if you want to know how the movie unfolds, please go out there and see the film for yourself. I know it's a very vague rundown, but it's one of those films that the less I say, the better. So if you think this might interest you, then hopefully I've done a good enough job at creating enough curiosity for you to go and have a look at it for yourself. Now, my thoughts on the film. This has been regarded as a French classic, and it's been on my radar for a very long time. Now, you all know I love French cinema, but what started me off in French cinema was French horror. Now, this is a drama, so for so long I put it off because of that fact. But as soon as I started to branch out into other genres in France, this is probably the first non-horror film that I actually picked up. And after watching it, I can see the unique value. It is a flawed film, it's not a perfect film, but I think it's one of the most thought-provoking and one of the most important films that you will ever see. Now, the whole film, La Haine, it translates in English as hate, and hate is the main machine that drives the movie along. Every character's motivation is down to hatred, every character's deeds are through hatred, and it really shows you how wasteful hatred can be and how destructive it can be as a result of ignorance. So you've got the youth, the young generation not being a little bit afraid of the older generation, and the older generation returning that sort of fear. And as a result of that, hatred being thrown from one to the other and back and forth, back and forth. And it shows you that they're just standing still, and all that's happening is it's just basically hurting each other. Instead of just stopping and trying to understand each other, it's really just hatred is the easiest thing. And as a result of being easy and not really taking responsibility, it shows you how destructive and how scary hatred actually is. Now, the movie is said to be an outline of how French life was those days. And I feel it's very true, and I feel that it's not only down to French society, it's also world society. You hear reports in Britain that more and more young people are committing crimes. The same here in Australia. I do feel that as time goes by, the younger generation is losing respect for the older, and that wasn't the case in the older days. We had role models. We had people to look up to and really steer us in the right direction in life. But what we have here are people with no direction, no morals, no one to really show them what life is all about. So as a result of that, their role models are rappers. And rap music is another very big part of the film. So these rappers, they're singing about very provocative things like F the police and all that kind of stuff. So these people, they're imitating the art that they're actually listening to. And as a result of that, they've got so much hatred. They're believing all the crap that is said about, old people or police. Instead of responding as, the police are doing their job, they're stopping us from doing crime. Instead of that, they're basically saying they're stopping our way of life. And instead of looking for a job, these guys want to do crime because it's the easy way out because they haven't been taught any other way. So I do feel that it's a very subtle approach the film has, but it does outline hatred, probably in the best sort of fashion that I've seen in an actual film. Now, the movie goes by a quote. When you jump, it's not the landing that matters. Oh, sorry, it's not the fall that matters, it's how you land. And that's exactly what the whole movie's about. These three individuals, they start off as very angry, but as the movie progresses, they're falling. And it's not how they fall that matters. they're portraying something that's going to have a very bad outcome. But as the movie progresses, a few of these friends, well, one in particular, Hubert, he starts to regret what he's doing, and he starts to see the negativity that he is putting onto the society. So you can kind of see that his landing is going to be better than the other two. And so as the movie progresses, it's not the fall that matters, it's the landing. And right at the end, you do see the landing. And the landing is ultimately what really matters. And I actually felt that that approach was really well done. But as I said, it is all under subtlety. So if you're not a fan of the more slow burning films, if you're only a casual sort of part-time viewer, you're not really going to appreciate the full value of this film. I do feel it captures a very boring lifestyle. It captures the lifestyle of people with no prospects, sitting around just waiting for the day to waste away. And there are some scenes that are very boring, but boring in a very good way, because it really does put you in the shoes of a person with nothing to live for. So yeah, I mean, that was really, really well done. Now, the cinematography was brilliant. Mathieu Kassovitz decided to do this in black and white, which really contributed a dreaded feeling. Kind of felt like you're in a really bad, murky, sort of dull atmosphere. And that's exactly what these people are in. And, you know, there is nothing good about the movie. There is no happiness in the film. It's all hatred. It's all people blaming each other. And it's just, you know, it's a big waste. The whole film is a big waste. But I say that in the best possible way. Now, the acting is absolutely brilliant, and the acting is what made the film. You've got three main characters. Vince is played by Vincent Cassel. Hubert is played by Hubert... I can't recall his last name. Let me look it up. Hubert... let me see the name. Hubert Koundé. And Saïd is played by Saïd Taghmaoui. I can't pronounce that name. But those three characters were very different from each other, very frustrated individuals, so you don't really hate them, you just feel sorry for them, and you know that the inevitable is coming, and if they don't change the way they're living their life, it's going to be a very bad result for them. So you can see one of the characters, Hubert in particular, you really take a strong liking to him because he really wants to change his life, but he's stuck in this environment. And then you've got Saïd, who is basically just a sheep. He's following the pack. He's much younger than the other two, so you feel sorry for him. And then you've got Vince. Now, Vincent Cassel is probably the best character and the most interesting character. Very, very angry individual, but this guy has had no real upbringing. So you can, once again, you can sympathise with his cause, and although it doesn't condone his behaviour, it gives you a reason. So, three very well painted out characters. Now, what I will say the negative about the film is I think they kind of put the negativity a little bit too much on the police. Now, I'm well aware that police these days, they do use brutality, but I think it kind of painted the police officers as a little bit too, bad, negative. Whereas I actually thought it would have been better to have 50-50. So you can choose your side, or you can just say to yourself that it's hatred that's the true villain. But I just felt that they painted the police officers as a little bit too bad. So if that was a little bit more 50-50, I felt that it really would have been a flawless film. Although I do feel the boredom of the film is what makes it good, I do feel that some of the scenes kind of dragged on for a little bit. The dialogue was very, very good. Some very funny scenes, especially involving an old guy when he's in a toilet. He starts to talk about this story. That was really random, and it was really funny. So there is humorous elements to the film. There's shocking elements, and there's uplifting elements as well. So all in all, this is a brilliant movie. It's, as I said, it's not flawless, but still it is a masterpiece, and I'm giving it 5 stars. If you like your movies that are, as I said, drama, not horror, and you like European movies in particular, then this one is compulsory viewing, because I really liked it, and I'm sure a lot of you out there will like it as well. It's for a very acquired taste, but if you like something that's going to really make you think, then this one's definitely one. So that's my review for the French film La Haine. I hope you enjoyed it. Until next time, keep watching movies, and I'll see you later.